So my name is Julie Phillips, and I spend a lot of time with people helping them to feel better. So sometimes people that I work with tell me that in difficult situations, they can sometimes feel a bit stressed or a little bit worried. And that can happen to everybody, can't it? So I've got something interesting to show you just to start with, and it's what I call a slinky. I don't know whether anyone's seen one of these before, have they? No? They generally sit quite nicely. Sometimes you can play with them and you can make them go down the stairs and things like that. And I like these because they remind me that our natural way of being in the world is just to be nice and calm and still and be able to think about our well-being. And that's important because at times when we may feel stressed or worried, we can do some really, really easy things to make us feel better again. And I'm going to share them with you today. So every day we get to choose our thoughts. We do. Some people think that our thoughts control us. They might say to me, oh, my thoughts have taken over. I can't think straight. I have too many thoughts in my mind and it's making me feel really, really stressed. I wonder if that's ever happened to anybody you know before. It certainly happened to people that I know. But it's the truth really that we get to decide which thoughts we want to use, to think about. And I've put some nice images here that I think come from the Village Trust, Camp Hill Village Trust, and they're nice things that we can focus on if we choose to. So sometimes when bad thoughts come along, we can change them into thinking about something that's better, something that feels better for us. And sometimes when we notice anxious thoughts, we might feel stressed or we might feel worried. So it's good to know then that breathing can help us to keep calm. And so one of the techniques that I'm going to show you today is a breathing technique. It's an easy breathing technique. So what I'd like you to do first of all is to choose a nice thought. Everybody got one? And I'd like you to think about your breath. And that's the other reason why I like these, because it's kind of like reminds me about our breathing. Now, breathing seems like such a simple thing to do, and it is. But this special breathing technique that I'm going to show you has been scientifically proven to help people feel better. That's because when we focus on our breathing and we breathe in a certain way, we are sending special calming signals into our bodies. And when we send those calming signals into our bodies, everything else calms down too. So we're going to do that now. I'm going to demonstrate to you, and then you're all going to practice. So I'm going to breathe in, and I'm going to count 3. And then I'm going to breathe out, and I'm going to count 3. But watch the way that I do this, because it's quite a deep breath. So now I'd like you to try. Breathe in and count to 3. That's right. And when you're ready, release. 1, 2, 3. And again. Well done, Adam. I can see you. Good. And release. And as you breathe, I really want you to be thinking about those little muscles in your head and behind your eyes. And really think about those hard-working muscles in your shoulders and your upper body. And I want you to be thinking about releasing those muscles. So let's do that again, but this time, almost as if you were somewhere just really relaxed and calm. And just allowing those muscles, giving them your permission to relax now. Are you ready? Breathing in. And out. Breathing in. And out. Well done, everybody. That's brilliant. What we're going to do now is we're going to move on to another little technique. And this is a technique that I call calm buttons. Can everybody see the screen? Yeah. Brilliant. So with this technique then, it's very, very easy. It's very, very straightforward. You can choose how you want to select your calm buttons. You can put your thumb and forefinger together like that. Or for some people, they might just want to press this special point here in your hand, and that's what we call an acupressure point. That means that when we press that point, it can send calming signals into the whole of our body. Some people prefer to do this. There isn't any special way that you have to sit or anything special that you have to do, but you can choose. When we practice these calm buttons, we are setting up a little relaxation routine for ourselves. And when we practice it, our body and our mind will remember, and it will help us go straight into that calm. So what you're going to do as you connect your thumb and forefinger, or you press on your palm, is that when you breathe in, you're going to press, and when you breathe out, you can release. When you breathe in, you can press, and when you breathe out, you can release. Now, what I want you to be saying to yourself is very simply, you can say breathing in or breathing out. So I'd like you to try that now. Let's try that together. Breathing in and out. Really feeling that relaxation. Or breathing in and out. Now, one technique that you can try, which some people like to do this, and this is what I call the happy birthday technique. So sometimes when we get a little bit stressed, our brains can take us away and it can make us feel quite anxious. One of the techniques that I've used before is just humming happy birthday to myself and counting out loud to 5. And that sometimes really, really helps stop my brain from going into that really worried mode where thoughts take over. So you can try this now because I can't hear you, but you can try and just hum happy birthday to yourself. And then counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you want to, you can do that 2 or 3 times. But that will just help your brain move back to something that it knows, something really, really easy, and will just interrupt any of those stressful thoughts. So let's just recap. We've got our breathing technique, breathing in and out. We've got our calm buttons, and you can do this even before bedtime. And some people like to just work through all of the muscles in their body, thinking about them, releasing them, letting go of that stress, just until you feel calmer. And then if you ever need to, you can sing happy birthday. Or hum. And that can just help bring us back to the present moment. You can think about any thoughts that you want to. And some people might even like to add music to this breathing practice. And I'm not sure whether any of you have some music that you want to play, but I'm just going to do a couple of minutes of a little meditation, just breathing and releasing. You can shut your eyes if you want to. You don't have to. Just sit somewhere nice and comfortably, hopefully with your feet flat on the ground and your arms just resting comfortably. You can use your calm buttons if you want to. It doesn't really matter. But just for now, and while you're listening to the sound of my voice, I'd like you to imagine that you are sitting somewhere very, very comfortable. Perhaps you can imagine yourself in an outside space. Maybe you're in a safe inside space. It doesn't really matter. But just for now, I'd like you to imagine your thoughts are a little bit like clouds, perhaps, or even birds. Some people like to choose butterflies, and some people like to imagine bubbles. But just imagine your thoughts now as you breathe. Coming in and going out again. That's right. So for every thought that comes in, you just let it land and watch it fly away or drift away. Any way you find a way. So any of those worrying thoughts, allow them to drift. Watch them float around like a cloud perhaps. Watch them drift away. And all the time, you're just sitting comfortably, calmly, safely, allowing yourself to feel calm and very, very comfortable. And I don't know if sometime later today, perhaps after tea or maybe even tomorrow morning at breakfast, when your brilliant brain reminds you of these really easy ways that you can practice to stay calm and be calm any place or any time of your choosing right now. And these wonderful feelings can stay with you over the next few minutes, hours, days or weeks, or for as long as they are useful to you. And just for now, because you are listening to the sound of my voice, I'm just going to ask you to take a nice deep breath and release. Just check in with how your feet are feeling. It's quite usual that sometimes our legs might feel a bit heavier than normal. Our arms might feel a bit heavier, but that's a good sign. It's a sign that tells you that you've allowed your body to relax and to feel calm. Some people might want to just move their arms around, maybe have a little bit of a stretch up. Shake your arms out. Allow your neck muscles just to feel free. Give those shoulders a little bit of a roll. Oh, it feels good. And just bring yourself back into the present moment right now with me. Feeling good, feeling calm, and feeling relaxed. That's right. So some really, really simple ways there. I hope that you've all enjoyed this little bite-sized session into relaxation and calm.